The Secret of the Smiling Woman. Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, nestled in a tranquil valley, there lived an old woman in a modest wooden cottage at the village's edge. She wasn't wealthy or powerful, yet everyone who spoke of her did so with warmth and admiration. They called her simply, the woman who always smiles. She led a simple life, but the curious thing was, no one had ever seen her sad. Whether it rained or shone, whether harvests failed or storms came, she was always seen with a gentle smile and calm eyes. One day, a young man from the village, known for his worry and constant frown, came to her and asked, "Ma'am, how do you always stay cheerful? Life isn't always kind. Haven't you ever felt pain?" She smiled softly, her eyes distant. "Oh, I've known pain deeper than you can imagine. Years ago, I had a small family, a husband, 3 children. Life was hard, but full of laughter. Then, one day, illness struck. My husband fell terribly sick. We had no money for medicine. We tried everything, but he passed away. It was the darkest day of my life. I cried until I could cry no more. I thought I'd never smile again. But one morning," she continued, "my youngest daughter whispered to me, 'Mom, please don't cry anymore.' And in that moment, I realized something. If I let sorrow consume me, it would swallow my children too. So I made a decision to see life through a different lens, not because things got better, but because I refused to let the bad steal what little good remained." The young man bowed his head, his voice quiet. "But some days are just too hard. How do you not break?" The old woman looked at him kindly. "Every morning I tell myself, today is a new day, and I will find at least one reason to smile. Maybe it's the sun shining. Maybe it's a bud blooming. Maybe I run into a friend. Even the smallest joy is enough to light up the darkest day." "But what if everything falls apart? What if there's nothing left?" She nodded slowly. "Then I remind myself, nothing lasts forever, not even the pain. And even in the worst moments, life itself is still a gift." From that day forward, the young man began to practice her advice. It wasn't easy at first, but slowly he found himself changing. He started seeing life not as a burden, but as a canvas for gratitude. The old woman's story spread throughout the village. More and more people began to understand. Happiness isn't about what you have or what happens to you. It's about how you choose to see the world. Happiness doesn't come from possessions or perfect days. It comes from within, from choosing every day to look for the light, even in the darkest hour.